Howdy, everybody. Um, don't worry, my head is here. Shit, can't laugh while lighting a cigarette, or light a cigarette while laughing. You can definitely laugh while lighting a cigarette. Just doesn't go so well. Anyways, so oh look, the sun's coming up. I guess I can turn on the light. Aziz. Oh, I guess I shouldn't have turned on the light. Anyway, we're just gonna we're just gonna try to use the camera angle to not show my bedhead ponytail here. just I'm just gonna let that. Um, I'm moving on. Yeah. So, anyways, right now I'm uploading video I just took outside. Before I filmed it, I was seeing lightning back behind the house that way. Front door is that way. I like to say that way, don't I? Anyway. I haven't had enough coffee yet this morning. It's a story and I'm sticking to it. So I wasn't expecting anything fancy to show up out there. I was just kind of gonna film a video and, well, y'all know how I like to play in the rain. And then right when I said something about, do I need to show you magic tricks? Big bolt of light. And that's one of them things. It's like, at this point, I don't need that. But that level of irony, that level of coincidence, ironic coincidence, you know, it helps me, or it did help me. I suppose it still helps a little. It's not something I focus on, unless I'm trying to explain it, obviously, which, I'll get on with eventually. Uh, maybe. It helps me accept who I am. Makes it hard to deny, really. Um, because, while you see the shit on video, I see it happen to me in real life. There was a point early on, after those videos that I showed y'all where I scared the shit out of my wife. If you haven't seen that one, but the moment that I um, first figured out how to use physical energy modulation and harness the right um, directional focus to actually bring lightning down, like, I was just like, hey baby, check it out. I was just what I was doing, I'm not gonna show you, but like, I kind of just was just like looking up at the time, like, yay lightning, like a total moron, really. Really fucking hilarious in retrospect. Then yeah, gee, why don't I just fucking not do that ever again? the wife my face was mad. My wife, she was quite um disturbed. Yeah. And later on, as my, which you can also see on film, apparently, I didn't even know I had that on film, my rain barrier from my balcony, this interesting looking purplish, pinkish, yellow, swirling aura had come up in the clouds, like above the roof there in those videos at the old place, the old apartment in the ghetto. And I'm trying to recap to get to the point that I wanted to tell you about her. Um, the wind and rain was picking up, and it was starting to blow into the balcony, and like, um, can't really remember like the lead up to it. But anyways, my wife and I were sitting out there, so she saw this. She could tell you about this. And I was sitting there holding back, as usual. Just gently increasing the spirit energy. There's literally a bag of cookies right there. Look at that. Bag of cookies. Wife has bought me soft batch. Because I haven't really eaten much in the past fucking 2 weeks. Anyway, distracted by the bag of cookies and the cookies. Says the guy who's about to tell you a story of fucking tremendous magical fucking significance. Cookies. Anyway, no big fucking deal to me. You understand that. What seems like hard to believe to you is just everyday life for me. How you like them apples? Okay, so the wind was picking up, and I had been up to that point just trying to gently raise my spirit energy. And then because it didn't respond to it, or I sensed like sort of mental tactics going on with it, yeah, that's what just darkened the camera just now. My hand was still that whole time. It's like this. Peace, dude. Whatever. Just gonna have to trust me on that one, aren't you? So I'm not Donald Trump, so when I say believe me, I'm saying believe me based on the fact that I don't fucking lie to people, and you know, you should believe me. And I think an orb just flew out of my nose. I saw a little flicker like right there on the camera. Like, oui, monsieur, I'm going to come out of your nose. I am an orb. Wait, that's a bit off topic. I should probably get back to what the fuck I was saying. Which was, okay, so gently increasing spirit pressure. Trying to be subtle, you know. I'm not trying to wear myself out. I'm trying to pace myself, if you will. And right as I sensed like some mental fuckery, I like that word now. Fuckery. It's a good way to describe a lot of things. Fuckery. Anyway, some sort of tactical manipulation of perception that didn't work. I started to raise it a little more, and then I started looking out and saying, "Show yourself," and that's when the swirly aura of Hathor basically appeared, and that's why the exorcism of Hathor comes later on. This is one of the immediate battles afterwards that took place with her. I immediately started to stand up, spread my legs with my feet planted on the ground, right? I believe I pointed up. said, "Do you want to pick a fight?" And at that point, lightning went from east to west, straight, horizontal, right across that roof view in those videos. Okay, just right as I did that, just, "Do you want to pick a fight?" So, needless to say, from that point on, my wife had no trouble believing in me either. Either. Yeah, I guess either is appropriate. I wanted to say either, and then I paused for a second. Either? Wait, did I have trouble believing me at that point? No, I don't think I had much trouble believing me after that point. You know? And standard procedure on the balcony. Once we started seeing orbs and shit weeks before this, was anytime we saw anything, we verified it with the other person. Do you see that? Wait, right there, going to the left. Wait, did you see that thing move down to the left from up there? Like, every little thing that one of us thought we saw, we didn't bother recording it as, a valid memory unless the other person saw it. Just dismissed it outright. Might have just seen that. Might have just been, whatever. Both of us didn't see it. It didn't fucking happen. And it wasn't until the point after we realized who we were that we're like, wait a minute. If God isn't sexist, then the two witnesses aren't both male. This should just be a given. And you could only interpret it in a chauvinistic manner in any other way. And, fancy enough, most of where we get those and all other such chauvinistic interpretations of Scripture and chauvinistic guesses about what prophecy should be interpreted as typically comes from Orthodox Christianity or Orthodox Jewishism. What do they call it? Whatever the kids are calling it these days. And what's funny about this, and I'm going to maybe possibly actually do a live stream today. Sorry I didn't get to the last two. I'm going to talk about how the word Orthodox itself represents a horde-controlled version of Christianity. That is what I call an Islamicized Christianity. That's why the lightning just struck right as I was thinking conquistadors and waved my hand. Right as the conquistadors under Isabella, which I call Islamicized Christians, those could really be considered a very much mirrored form of post-Byzantine Orthodoxy. Okay, but then it's the Orthodox Jews in Israel that don't allow Christians into their neighborhoods and beat people up if they don't belong there. And it's funny that it's those same exact individual groups, okay, like the sects or whatever the fuck they call themselves, that are the ones that were represented in Mecca as being acceptable Jews while the Islamic conquests were taking place. I'm not some, I talk about this because it's, these are facts. I'm not trying to spread or excuse any form of hatred. I don't like anyone like Donald Trump, because there's in every religion that becomes a religion as opposed to just the spiritual side of it. Okay. There is a tendency for misinterpretation. And the thing that separates Islam is that what usually in other religions takes misinterpretation to be abused, Islam, by its text, makes mandatory. Theocracy, slavery, I mean, just so many things. And you can trace back the imposition of those ideals on the corrupted people within Christianity and within Buddhism and even within Hinduism, dating back to this horde expansion period. And since then, we had, for instance, in Europe, at the point of the expansion of the Golden Horde between 1200 and 1500, all of these kidnappings, ransomings, like entire villages kidnapped and ransomed, and the usual nobles, the princesses, and stuff like that. But like entire little groups of people kidnapped and brought back. And then, if you wanted to avoid that, you played nice, and if you played nice, they sent you one of their pretty Bibles from the East that are so much more accurate than ignorant Westerners' Bibles. And that further corrupted Christianity till we got the version of the Catholic Church that we have today. And then there was actually a Reformation of the Catholic Church, and then that got corrupted through the first printing presses that were introduced to Europe. They were actually in Constantinople, and there was another one in conquered Thrace, north of there, which is now called Ukraine. I guess that would be in Kiev. So they would basically print Orthodoxized. Well, okay, so what orthodoxy means is with authority, okay, combined with authority, accepting and submissive of authority. And what it comes from is basically the theocratic ideology of Islam, and anything that is accepting of Islam's authority is an orthodox faith. Whether they know that or not, that's kind of irrelevant. It's effectively what has happened. Orthodox must have order. It's funny how they're all the theocratic types. I always wondered what Orthodox meant as a kid, you know. And a lot of people will tell you a lot of different things. Most of it's, oh, they go by the book. And what book? So, anyways, I want to talk more about that on the live broadcast today. So stay tuned for that. And if go ahead and get questions ready for me if you have any questions about what I've previously discussed on the Horde and stuff like that. Especially as how it relates to the current situation, where we have a whole new version of the same old Horde doing the same old shit in a whole new modern way. And it really seems to me like this is the final push, which makes it our last chance. I'm looking at all the different little icons on my TV for the suggested videos and stuff. Donald Trump and Speaker Ryan. There's Trevor Noah. Schiff. Trump says Obamacare bill exploded. Yeah, my first reaction to that was, they're full of shit. That ain't going nowhere. I think Breitbart is trying to say that Trump played this out to make Ryan look like an asshole. But when you think about it, it seems more like Ryan played this out to make Trump look like the schmuck that he is. And on that bombshell, thanks for watching, everybody. Like and subscribe. Stay tuned for the live broadcast. Have your questions ready. Peace.